Hey everybody, it is Josefa here, founder of Automation Suite, and today I wanted to do a follow-up video to my initial review of Nexus Scale and share some of the updates that are happening and go through a walkthrough of what it's like to set up your accounts and get the ball rolling. So if you watched part one of the video, I gave an overview of Nexus Scale. I'm incredibly excited about the potential of this platform. Really appreciating the work that Kevin, the founder, and his team are doing. And as somebody that is picking up AI tools to build my business around, I think this is something that ticks a lot of boxes for a lot of small and medium-sized business owners, and even going into the enterprise size. So, just to give a quick revamp or review of what Nexus Scale is, it is a all-in-one sales prospecting platform. What it allows you to do is to find leads, and not just generic leads, but leads that are actively showing buying signals. And it allows you to create AI agents, excuse me, that will automatically reach out to these prospects. And the thing that I find the most exciting about Nexus Scale is the types and ways in which you can do outreach. It will not just be through generic cold email, it will also include LinkedIn and phone agents, all of that coming soon. So I think it looks very comprehensive, and it will be very comprehensive once all of the features are rolled out. And another thing that I find really interesting is that they use AI to scroll through the internet to find people or businesses that are showing what they call buy signals. So you're not looking or not grabbing just leads, you're getting potentially buyers. So, with that being said, I also want to show the link to the deal. So, there's no affiliation link, guys. If you're interested, pick it up. If you're not, that's cool. I'm just doing this because I think this could be really of value. And right now, one of the great things about Nexus Scale is you can pay one time and never have to pay again. And some of the and that's currently listed on appsumo.com, AppSumo Nexus Scale. I'll save a link below for you to check out. And the usage tiers are quite great, or very great. One thing that I was hoping to do by now is show you setting up a brand new profile that wasn't my own, but because they haven't launched their multiple workspaces yet, what I've decided to do is actually just renew or start my personal outreach campaign in front of you guys to show you exactly what it's like. So, if you are new to Nexus Scale, this is what you'll see. At the moment, you're currently, because it's only cold email, you'll be asked to sync your email accounts. I've already done that, and then from there, it's going to prompt you to add your targets. We're going to go in a different direction. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to train Nexus Scale on your business. Now, the first time I did this, it was absolutely amazing. However, I have had some updates to my business, so I think it'll be a good opportunity to re-show what it is that the process that happens when you're starting out. So let's see how this matches up. So as you can see there, it's just taken my URL, and this is the canvas that it's put together for my business. The description here, let me just clear this up because this will be, because I'm ADHD like that. A business automation platform that helps companies identify and implement AI-powered systems to improve their operations. It audits workflows, finds automation opportunities, and builds custom AI solutions to deliver measurable results within 90 days. So that's pretty good. This is my current landing page. And obviously, you can go in and you can edit some of those things. As you can see here, it took a lot of the things from my hero section to come up with that overview, and it did a decent job. So happy with that. It's identified some target customers for me: home automation AI implementation companies. I do not know what that is, so I'm going to get rid of that. Business owners, small and medium-sized need for custom automation systems. Yes, I'm going to go non-technical business owners. We're going to go into remote business owners, regional businesses in Australia. I'm specifically looking to target companies that are non-technical, that are actively looking for people that are more AI proficient to manage a lot of the services for them. So there's no USB for me here, which is great. But my previous website, this was they had quite a comprehensive USB setup, but that's fine because what I can do is I can add all of that in. I am based in Australia. Industry locations. Don't think that matches that. Boom, boom, boom. Yep, those are great. Okay, cool. So I'll come back to this and I will add a USB later. I can refresh this as well. And obviously, once there are multiple workplaces or workspaces available, then you'll be able to add multiple brands so that you can manage them individually. From here, not really much else needs to be done. I believe here you can add, so this is where you have your signature. If you want to add more people to your team, you can do that here. This just notifications for things that have previously happened. I'm just going to let that all go. Cool. Some docs, help docs. Cool. And here's the product roadmap as well. So you can see what's going on here. All right, but none of that means anything to us right now because we're looking to reach out to some prospects. Now, the second thing that I'm going to personally do here is I'm going to create an agent. So this is your sales agent that's going to work on your behalf and is going to essentially know what context to reach out or what context in which to communicate to your clients. So as I shared in the last video, the way that this works is you're building a contextual RAG essential model for your business. So the AI is going to understand your business, and then from that, it's going to then apply your business, your USP, your services, etc., to the context that it gets from the prospect. Because in their unique way of being able to generate and gather leads, they're collecting specific things about the business to develop a client avatar or a target avatar for the business. So what the agent will do is it'll essentially build a bridge from, okay, cool, this is what your business does. This is what the clients has indicated that we feel is a buying signal. And then it essentially looks for ways to be able to communicate your value to the client based on what they've indicated as a buying signal. So in this case, we're going to, what is the description of the agent? What kind of agent would you like to create? A cold outreach agent that is able to connect with prospects and lead them to a discovery call. Cool. Boom, boom, boom. And now it's going to generate our agent for us here. And so here it's giving us an idea of some of the emails that it's going to send out. This is a two-step cold outreach plan. Cool. That works well. And now you can choose how it's going to personalize. So at the moment, company news is what we're doing. We're going to go based on the company website analysis. Haven't done that yet. Boom, boom, boom. Now, one thing I wanted to double check here is the language being used. Now, I'm based in Australia, so we use UK English or the Queen's English, and you guys in America, you heathens, use Z's and X's and you use US English and not the Queen's English. So sometimes certain things are spelled a little bit differently. Not a huge issue, but it makes it very clear that if you're an Australian, you're receiving an email from overseas. It's one thing that I'm randomly pedantic about. I'm not necessarily seeing anything that pops up here, but I did notice that in the demo emails that it provided, it showed that they were using the US English. So I'll keep an eye on that because I do want to know if you can kind of have at least a place where you can determine what is the English. So yeah, so language English. It's not giving you an option for either or. Okay, cool. All right, well, it is what it is. I think that that's a good starting place, at least to get the ball running, get the ball happening, get the ball rolling. Sorry. Um, this is where it will show the emails that it sends. This will, when we start a campaign, this will show that, and this is where all the leads are going to be listed here. All right, cool. So now we've got our agent in place. We can give him a name. Aiden. This is what I call my voice agent's called Aiden. You can be called Aiden as well. All right, cool. So we've got our AI agent in place. Now what we're going to do is we're going to find targets. Now, depending on your plan, you're going to have a certain amount of targets that you can find within the networks. I'm going to clear filters. We can use this here. Okay, so I'll be honest, this has been hit and miss. I do like the concept here. This helps you at least, but just doing it manually, I think there's no issue with that just yet. Um, these all work. Boom, boom, boom. Partner, managing director. So let's look at real estate, professional services, and construction. Cool. I'm having it. Let me get this out of the way. And we're going to choose company size 10. Now, there is an issue with this scrolling box here, but methinks that's good enough to go. All right, cool. Now, let's see. Employee range 10 to 9. I'm just going to select all of these because for me, I am targeting the small business niche. Probably this is going to be my sweet spot. Yes. Australia. Where's the U? Let's go UAE. Let's go United Kingdom. Let's go US. Let's spread the love, hey? Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Boom. All right. So that's going to scroll through the leads. Let's see what it comes up with. Now, last I spoke with Kevin, they're in the process of, well, one thing that they've just changed. This was limited, I believe, previously to 25 on one page. Does look like potentially that has changed. Now, I was hoping to be able to sort the leads by their match. And maybe if we click on the actual lead itself, it can explain a bit more about why. No, it doesn't. That's cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to go take all of those. Just going to double check there's nothing under, say, 75 or so. Now, if I keep those selected, no, it's not going to let me do it. Okay, so lesson learned. You can only action things on a particular page. So in that particular case, is this the same? No, this is a new 25. what we're going to do is we're going to assign all of these to the agent because they're all saying that they're relatively good. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, this is interesting because, okay, this is something interesting to consider. We're selecting the agent based on the time zone. Now, we have various clients from various countries here. So that's just made me realize that it's going to be important to potentially limit your reach to one country at a time. Huh. Yeah, okay, cool. What I want to do is I'm going to pause this. I'm going to redefine my parameters and I'm going to focus specifically on the Australian market, run through that, and then I'm going to just do these individually where I'm going to do same parameters, but for the countries, I'm going to do one campaign specifically for Australia, one for the US, and one for the UK. Give me one moment, I'll be back. Okay, so I've just changed the country settings to Australia and taken out the other three countries. And what I want to do is I just want to show you how easy it is to get everything happening. So these 25 leads, they all rank quite high. And essentially all I have to do is assign them to an agent. Now here, this is what I was looking at before. I'm going to set the time zone to this time. We will start from tomorrow, which is the 14th for me, and we're going to begin at 9:30 a.m. How does that sound? Cool. Oh yeah. Actually, you know what? Let's just do it now. I've got the feeling this is using the US maps. No. Okay, so today we're going to start at 4:30 p.m. 4:20 p.m. No, it has to be 5 minutes from now. 4:25. Boom. Assign 25 clients. And there we go. Now, from what happened last time, it's going to immediately begin to draft up emails for me to approve. And then once I approve them, it will begin outreaching from 4:25 p.m. I'm going to search and use more leads now, especially if they're all high ranking. Cool. And we're just going to continue to assign them to Aiden. Now, again, would like to make some changes with this. Time zone. Okay. Bing, bang, boom. There's the next group of 25. And I wonder if, as soon as you add them, if they remove them from the list. We shall see. All right. And then now we're going to assign these. And so we've got 3 different groups happening for Australia. So that is what? 74 different prospects. And this one can start tomorrow. Cool. Assign the targets. Great. So now we've got Aiden cooking up some emails, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to change the leads from Australia, and now we're going to dial in on, we'll go to the US. Great. Now, while that's generating those leads, I'm going to go back to Aiden. I can see that he's got some emails here. Yeah. So here we get to view all of the different emails that are being popped up, just to do some quality control if needed. And also too, we can tell what stage of the actual email sequence it's in. So this is the initial email as up here, and anything else, I'm guessing, if there's any follow-up emails, it's going to be below. Here we go. I noticed Mage recently expanded its advisory service in Queensland. So this is pretty cool. So you can see they're all very different. So these are talking about listings in specific areas, regional areas. Here it's referencing a report. Okay, so that uses the Z. I just noticed that there. Anyway, I'm pretty blown away with how awesome the email quality is and how customizable they are, personally. So I'm gonna let that do what it needs to do. This is going to tell me all of these different the notifications, which is great. Now what I need to do is to see if there's anything I need to confirm for them to start emailing from in the next few minutes. I'll go back to the app. Twenty-five, 25, 25. So this is the first one here. No. Sorry guys, I'm having a play and I'm actually learning this here in live time with you. So you can see, I guess, same things I'm seeing and trying to see how I'm trying to figure things out and see how intuitive it is. So essentially, what I'm looking for right now is where it's showing me the, um, where if I need to approve anything. Now, the first time I ran a sequence, when I was doing a test sequence, I was asked to approve the emails before being sent out, which I think is, important. But I'm not actually being shown anything that's asking me to do at the moment. We've got some scheduled jobs coming up. Here we are. And now it's saying that these are being executed on. And so these are showing the time that it's going to be sent out. So we will hang out a little bit just because this doesn't run for another minute unless they've already begun. It's showing that it's executed, so it's already happened. And here we can see that at the moment they've run 3 jobs. So it's looking pretty good, guys. And this is what's happening tomorrow, and this is what the plan is like for the rest of the week. So just like that, in those few clicks, we've just set up a email sequence and it's begun. So that's pretty cool, I think. As I was mentioning in the initial email, the speed in which you can get up and start actively reaching out to businesses is unreal. Um, and as you can see here now that we're matching or viewing some of the overview of the campaigns that are being set up here, it is quite intuitive, very easy to navigate. And what excites me is that obviously we've got these campaigns running specifically for cold email, and for cold email marketing, you want to make sure that you're not, sending too many emails. 50 emails per inbox per day is what they're saying is like the current recommended limit. But when you can add in, okay, cool, I've got 2 emails linked up, so I can do 100 emails. Plus, I've got my LinkedIn account that has this much amount of, this much amount of DMs I can do, and then I've also got my phone number set up, and so now I can also do 50 cold calls a day. Now you can see I guess the holistic approach that you can take to you doing your sales, and then in my particular case, I'm running an automation agency and an AI agency. once we get the ability to develop different workspaces, then I can duplicate this not just for myself, but for my other clients as well, which I'm really looking forward to. So, all in all, I'm really, really wrapped with it. Few things that are just quality of life that I think can be worked on. First and foremost, we need to, that's an old one. So these older ones need to be approved, but I actually deleted that agent. So that should be okay. But getting back to what I was saying, quality of life aspects. I think that when you're setting up your campaigns and you're generating leads, because you're able to gather leads from different countries. Now, maybe this is more of an issue for people for outside of the US because the US, you guys have the biggest market. You can just stay within your market, you'll be fine. But if you're like me and you're looking to reach out to multiple countries, having the intelligence of the agent to be able to, rather than define what time zone that you're emailing from, you can just maybe set the time that you want to start the campaign. And let's say I say, okay, I want to start all my campaigns from 9:30 a.m. Then it can have the ability to understand, okay, these leads are being taken from the UK. So when it's 9:30 a.m. for the UK time, the campaigns will start for these leads. Now, obviously, that's quite complex, you'd think, but AI is pretty mad these days. So I would hope that it would be able to understand that. But these are very, very small critiques because what I can do at the moment to circumnavigate that is just essentially be very, so when I'm collecting my leads, just choose one country at a time, starting with, Australia, which I previously did, then move on to the UK, the US, etc. So that's just one small thing that popped up that I think would be cool to implement. Um, Maybe having a bit more ability to provide context about your business. Now, this could be completely due to my website because the first try of me setting up and giving my domain with my previous website, I was extremely happy with um, the overall description that I gave of my business. This time around, I have made some changes to add a few more things to my business listings. And so I think maybe that lack of context has maybe changed things a little bit. But maybe having an ability to do a few more things here would be great. Or even if there is like a prompt that's provided here in the early days that you can, use to dial in on your own business, and ask, another chatbot to be able to get a USP that you can copy and paste into here. Just again, very small ideas, but none of this has anything to do with the actual platform in itself and what it's doing, which is to me amazing, right? Um, it does what it needs to do. It's super simple to do it. And, I've been waffling for 30 minutes now. And essentially, if I just boiled all of this down to actual execution, for me to upload my URL, maybe make a couple changes, set up my agent, find my leads, everything can be done within 5 to 10 minutes. So that's pretty cool. Um, so yeah, so again, really, really happy with Nexus Scale. This is, moving on and graduating from the first video to now showing the setup from initial purchase of the platform or initial sign up to getting your first campaign out. What I will do is I will let these campaigns run. I'll add the different parameters with the US, the UK, and even the UAE. And within the next 1 to 2 weeks, what I'll do is I'll do a follow up email showing some of the results, if anything's been booked, and see what changes have come up on the platform, etc. So I'm going to leave it here for now. I hope this was quite educational, and again, I hope that anybody that did get to check this out is going to consider going back and picking up this LTD. I'm not affiliated with Nexus Scale. I don't work for them. I don't have any affiliate links. Kevin is awesome. I want to see this platform grow, and transparently, I would love to help to create content for them, just to be able to one understand their business more, because I'll be able to hopefully use and test drive some of the new features that are coming out. But then secondly, I'll be able to better know how to leverage the platform and share that with you guys. So that's kind of one of my targets here with doing these things, but I don't have any affiliate or don't get paid for you guys signing up or not signing up. I do think this is great. I would recommend checking it out. And yeah, let me know your thoughts if you have played around with Nexus Scale. And if you have any feedback or things that you think can be improved, please reach out to them and tell them, because they're very open to ideas. Um, and I think, especially businesses that are of the right attitude, that are launching LTD deals, they're in that place where they're looking for user feedback so they know what to improve upon. And yeah, why not? So, hope you're doing well, and talk to you guys in the next video.